Hey there, I'm Joe Carter. If you've ever popped the hood and thought, where do I even start? You're in good company. Around here, we take the mystery out of car repair, one fix at a time. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, there's something here for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're into learning without the headaches. All right, that's enough from me. Let's get into it.
The use of polyurethane parts for the suspension of a passenger car allows you to change its qualities. Polyurethane suspension is characterized by better performance, greater durability, but it is not without disadvantages. After reading the article, you will learn how rubber and polyurethane parts of the front and rear suspension differ. How the polyurethane suspension works. In a modern car, the suspension is a whole system that provides a given clearance and stability of the car on the road. Wheels, hitting even small bumps, create vibration which affects the car's handling, driving comfort and noise level in the cabin. If the suspension does not dampen vibrations effectively enough, they will penetrate into the passenger compartment, increasing the overall noise level. The effectiveness of vibration damping depends on the stiffness and strength of the binder material, polyurethane or rubber, the correct installation of the silent blocks and the overall condition of the front and rear suspension. The suspension arms, springs and shock absorbers form a balanced system in which any deviation from the optimum angles causes all elements to counteract. Silent blocks and bushings give this system the necessary smoothness, so that the suspension effectively dampens vibration. If the elements of the front or rear suspension are worn out, the work of the entire system is disturbed and the car loses controllability, begins to rattle. During a turn at high speed, there is a large lateral force which can lead to overturning the car. To prevent this from happening, the front and rear suspension include stabilizers of transverse stability. The principle of operation of the stabilizer is based on the change in the elasticity of the torsion as the load increases. The higher the lateral force, the stronger the resistance of the stabilizer. The stabilizer arm is supported by a rubber bushing attached to the car body. Rubber and polyurethane, what is the difference? Most car manufacturers use stabilizer supports, bushings and silent blocks made of rubber. This is due to the low cost of parts for the rear and front suspension, acceptable service life if the operating conditions are met. If the car is driven on normal asphalted or concretized roads, not involved in races, then rubber parts will last at least 50 to 100,000 kilometers, after which they must be replaced. Polyurethane suspension parts are designed for more severe working conditions, poor quality roads, races, sharp frequent turns. Therefore, they are installed for participation in various races when the controllability of the car is more important than comfort. Polyurethane is more resistant to abrasion than rubber, so parts made of it work longer. Puller for pressing unpressing silent blocks. There are a lot of negative reviews on the internet which are left by drivers who put polyurethane parts of the front or rear suspension. Most of these reviews are due to a desire to save money. Instead of buying polyurethane parts from a reliable manufacturer, for example, the Russian firm Toka Opera, they buy cheaper products from packer firms. In addition, at least one bushing, silent block or stabilizer support is installed in violation of technology. For example, they change parts on the front suspension, neglecting the rear, or insert silent blocks into the arms not with a puller. And hammering with a sledgehammer, put on stabilizer supports without treating them with silicone grease or little. As a result, a bushing, stabilizer support or silent block made of polyurethane requires replacement in 20 to 50,000 kilometers. Many as an argument against the installation of polyurethane in the suspension states, on my new car rubber silent blocks have passed 150,000 kilometers. I put in the suspension polyurethane produced by the company Toka Opera, and it squeaked or deteriorated after 40 to 50,000 kilometers. And when asked how they changed them for you, they shrugged their shoulders. There are some disadvantages to polyurethane suspension. Decrease in air temperature below -20 degrees leads to even greater hardness of polyurethane, as a result of which it begins to crumble under too heavy loads. Polyurethane supports, stabilizer bushing, and silent blocks work well only on a fully serviceable suspension. If the levers or other suspension elements are defective, the service life of the parts is sharply reduced. Because of the high rigidity of polyurethane, silent blocks from it is more difficult to insert into the levers than parts made of rubber. In addition, quality products from polyurethane are 2 to 3 times more expensive than rubber ones. Conditions for long service of polyurethane suspension. Polyurethane parts will last a long time, mileage not less than 100,000 kilometers even on broken but dry roads, only if the following conditions are met. All suspension elements are made by a reliable manufacturer. Point of support, SS20, power flex, etc. Together with the installation of polyurethane parts will last a long time, mileage not less than 100,000 kilometers even on broken but dry roads. Together with the installation of polyurethane parts, all suspension elements are made by a reliable manufacturer. Point of support, SS20, power flex, etc. Together with the installation of polyurethane overhaul of the suspension, silent blocks are inserted into the arms with the help of a mandrel or a puller. The inner surface of the polyurethane stabilizer support is treated with little or silicone grease. The whole suspension is checked at intervals of 3 months or 10,000 kilometers. The air temperature is above -20 degrees Celsius. Ask to show the certificate of conformity. Small companies that produce low-quality products under popular brands do not spend money on certification of their products. Often under the brand of well-known and proven manufacturers. Point of support, SS20, Strong Flex, they sell unknown things. Such parts have no certificate of conformity, no invoice or other documents. How to install polyurethane suspension. If you bought a complete set of parts for the front and rear suspension from the Russian company Toka Opera or another reliable manufacturer, you will need a pit, trestle or hoist, a set of wrenches, a special puller for replacing silent blocks. You can buy it in most stores selling auto parts, a large flat table. In conclusion, whether a car needs polyurethane suspension largely depends on your driving style, the type of vehicle, and your performance goals. Polyurethane bushings offer enhanced durability and improved handling, making them an excellent choice for those seeking a sportier ride. However, for everyday driving and comfort, traditional rubber bushings may suffice. Ultimately, it's essential to weigh the benefits against your specific needs and preferences. Consider your driving habits and the conditions you encounter to make the best decision for your vehicle. Thank you for watching, and we hope this information helps you in your automotive journey.